The Velkari were known across 17 star systems as the galaxy's most delicate species. Their translucent wings, which sprouted from their shoulders like crystalline membranes, were objects of both beauty and fragility. On their home world, they were protected, cherished. But on Station Kepler 442, a melting pot of dozens of alien species, delicacy was often mistaken for weakness. Zira-Eth had learned this lesson every morning for the past 3 standard months. She huddled in the corner of the station's education wing, her wings folded tight against her back, trying to make herself invisible. The corridor hummed with the chatter of young beings from across the galaxy. Kryn with their armored exoskeletons, Thoraxians with their multiple limbs, and the ever-present Drool, whose thick hides and aggressive temperament made them natural bullies. "There she is," rumbled Graktor, a Drool youth whose size alone was intimidating. His friends flanked him, blocking Zira-Eth's path to her classroom. "Morning, little moth. Ready to fly?" Zira-Eth's antennae drooped. She knew what was coming. It was always the same. Graktor's massive hand shot out and grabbed the edge of her left wing. The pain was immediate and electric. Velkari wings were connected directly to their nervous systems, and the slightest damage sent shock waves through their entire bodies. He twisted, not enough to tear the membrane completely, but enough to crack it, to send spiderweb fractures across its surface. Zira-Eth gasped, tears streaming down her face. By evening, the wing would heal. Velkari biology was remarkably regenerative, but the pain was real, and the humiliation was worse. Around them, other students hurried past, averting their eyes. No one helped. No one ever helped. "Leave some for tomorrow," one of Graktor's friends laughed as they lumbered away. Zira-Eth slid down the wall, cradling her damaged wing. 3 months. 3 months of this daily torture, and she was beginning to wonder if she should just request a transfer back home, away from the prestigious interspecies academy that was supposed to be her future. "Hey!" The voice was new. Zira-Eth looked up through her tears to see a human girl standing over her. Humans were relatively new to the galactic community, and most species didn't quite know what to make of them yet. This one had dark hair pulled back in a practical ponytail, and her eyes, those strange forward-facing predator eyes, were fixed on Zira-Eth with an intensity that was almost uncomfortable. "Are you okay?" the human asked. I'll heal," Zira-Eth whispered. "That's not what I asked." The human crouched down, bringing herself to eye level. "I'm Andrea. Just transferred here last week. I've been watching." "Then you know to stay away from me," Zira-Eth said bitterly. "I'm not worth the trouble." "Who decides that?" Andrea's jaw tightened. "Those oversized lizards? On my world, we have a saying, all that is necessary for evil to triumph is for good people to do nothing. Your world sounds violent." "Oh, it absolutely is," Andrea said with a grim smile. "We spent thousands of years perfecting the art of breaking things, including each other." She stood up, offering her hand to Zira-Eth. "Come on, let's get you to class." The next morning, Zira-Eth approached the corridor with her usual dread. Her wing had healed overnight, as it always did, but the memory of pain was still fresh. She saw Graktor waiting in his usual spot, and her heart sank. But then she saw Andrea, leaning casually against the wall nearby. The human girl caught her eye and gave a slight nod. "There's the little moth," Graktor announced, reaching for Zira-Eth's wing. "Time for your morning!" His hand never connected. Andrea moved with a speed that shocked everyone watching. She intercepted Graktor's arm, twisted it with practiced precision, and used his own momentum to send him crashing face first into the wall. The impact echoed through the corridor like a gunshot. "Sorry," Andrea said cheerfully, though her voice carried an edge sharp as broken glass. "Humans have really fast reflexes. Predator species thing. Did you know we're actually pursuit predators? We literally evolved to chase things until they collapsed from exhaustion. Fascinating, right? Graktor's friends moved forward, but Andrea had already shifted her stance. Jeremy, another human student who had been watching from nearby, pushed off from the wall and positioned himself beside her. "I don't think you want to do this," Jeremy said calmly. His frame was broader than Andrea's, his posture relaxed but ready. "Humans might not have armor or natural weapons, but we've been fighting things bigger and stronger than us since we lived in caves. It's kind of our specialty." One of the drool lunged. Andrea sidestepped, driving her elbow into his solar plexus with surgical precision. He went down wheezing. Jeremy caught another with a perfectly executed throw that sent the alien tumbling across the smooth floor. The entire fight lasted perhaps 15 seconds. Graktor pulled himself up from the floor, his face bloody from where it had met the wall. He stared at Andrea with something between fear and disbelief. "Here's how this works now," Andrea said, stepping between Graktor and Ziraeth. "You don't touch her, you don't look at her, you don't even think about her. Because if you do, I'm going to introduce you to a few thousand years of human combat evolution. We have martial arts from dozens of cultures, each designed to let small people hurt big people. And trust me, I know them all. The Academy will what? Punish me for defending someone?" Andrea's smile was all teeth. "Go ahead and report it. But every morning after that, I'll be right here. And humans, we never ever give up. It's literally our most defining characteristic. Ask the Kresh Empire. They tried to intimidate us during first contact. Didn't work out well for them." Graktor and his friends retreated, muttering threats that everyone knew were empty. Ziraeth stared at Andrea, her antennae quivering with a mixture of awe and confusion. "Why? Why would you do that for me?" Andrea shrugged. "Because someone should have done it 3 months ago, and because where I come from, we look out for each other." She glanced at Jeremy, who nodded in agreement. "Besides, you know what humans really can't stand? Bullies. We've spent our entire history fighting tyrants and oppressors. It's practically in our DNA." Word spread quickly through Station Kepler 442. The humans, those strange newcomers with their forward-facing eyes and stubborn dispositions, had made a statement. Ziraeth walked through the corridors with her wings fully extended now, catching the light, beautiful and unbroken. And every morning, Andrea was there, leaning against the same wall, offering the same casual nod. Not because Ziraeth needed protection anymore. Graktor and his friends had learned their lesson, but because that's what humans did. They showed up, they stood up, and they never, ever backed down. Across the galaxy, species were beginning to learn a fundamental truth about humanity. They were neither the strongest nor the most advanced, but they were perhaps the most stubborn. And in a universe where might often made right, that stubbornness, that refusal to let injustice stand unchallenged, was its own kind of superpower. Ziraeth's wings had been broken every morning for 3 months. But it only took one morning and one human girl to make sure they would never be broken again. End.